I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice
for all.
Good morning, Katz. Today is Wednesday, April 11th, 2018. My name is Jesus.
And my name is Julian.
And you're watching Katz News. Remember, Katz, this week and next week we'll be having SBAC testing for 11th and 12th graders. Tomorrow's schedule will be first period, break, advisory, lunch, third period, and then fifth period. Next week, Tuesday testing for juniors is period 4, break, advisory, lunch, second period, and sixth period. Next Thursday's schedule will be third period, break, advisory, lunch, first period, and then fifth period.
The Boardwalk is hiring for people 15 and up for games and arcade, park hosts, food, tickets, and parking. All positions pay $11 per hour. Apply online at www.beachboardwalk.com/jobs.
Tickets for prom are now on sale for $90 in K107. This includes a lovely dinner, banda and DJ, taquero, photo booths, and more. Don't delay sales. Ends April 20th. And now here's Francis with this weekly album review.
This week's album will be one of the most interesting, profound albums of all time. It started in the brilliant mind of Brian Wilson and his exceptional composing skills that helped him perfect this masterpiece, and it is hailed as one of the greatest albums of all time, Pet Sounds. And it directly influenced another album that is also considered one of the greatest of all time as well, the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This album is really something else because it sticks out from the rest of the Beach Boys catalog that mostly consisted of summer hits and about driving your hot rod, the beach, and having a good time, the so-called teenager lifestyle in the Southern California area. The lyrics to this album talk about love, breakups, changing, and growing up, which was a bit off from their usual mix of songs. The lyrics were written by former jingle writer Tony Asher and Brian Wilson as well, with the help of Mike Love. The music was conducted and written by Brian Wilson himself. The album starts out with a song that makes you feel as if your heartstrings are being pulled, and they give off that such a melodic sound. And the album is full of love songs, either loving in the now or loving back then. We see this in songs like Wouldn't It Be Nice and Caroline No, and the song which combines both of these elements, God Only Knows. The compositions of the songs are truly astonishing and take you on an emotional ride, and they make you happy, optimistic, but then they bring you down and make you feel sad. But then they mend so well and are perfectly brought to life by the wonderful vocals of Brian, Dennis, and Carl Wilson, along with Mike Love and El Jardine. The vocals aren't the only thing that make this album great, but the works on the groundbreaking music and orchestration done amazingly by Brian Wilson as he directs the studio group, The Wrecking Crew, to create some of the greatest songs ever created. You can experience this in songs like Brian Wilson's arrangement of the song Slope John B., Pet Sounds, which Wilson had in mind to put in a James Bond movie at first. We have also songs like Here Today and The Almighty God Only Knows, which I have to say is one of the greatest pieces of music ever written. The vocal harmonies, the instruments, and the feeling just makes it all feel good. Many doubted that this album would not do good. Even Beach Boy Mike Love heavily doubted this album because of the direction. Everyone worried it would flop, not just financially, but artistically because of its progressive sound, and it was ahead of its time as this album was released back in 1966. The album has influenced many other artists to better produce their music. I would recommend this album to anyone who is willing to look into something new and progressive. The album was inspired by the heavily produced song by Phil Spector and the Ronettes, Be My Baby. So if you like that song, you'll like this album. This album is an instant 5 out of 5 and fits well into the gloomy, emotional teen years. Trust me. The album is available on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, and I recommend you listen to the remastered stereo versions as they will provide a better listening experience.
Hey Katz, would you like to perform a lip-sync/dance routine at the Cinco de Mayo Latino Show on May 3rd at 6 p.m. in the Model Center? Mata and Mesa clubs are looking for students interested to do a lip-sync or dance routine. Imitate your favorite Latino artists, Maluma, Luis Fonsi, Banda MS, Recuerdo, Gerardo Ortiz.
Seniors, tweet your favorite photos of you and your friends with the hashtag WHS18Seniors to be a part of the Kiss the Senior Goodbye video.
The WHS Enrichment Program meets in room 202, Fridays from 3:15 to 5:15.
There is a Katz sports meeting today after school in room 127 at 1:30. Make sure to come by.
9th, 10th, and 11th grade girls, are you interested in trying out for the sports play in the fall? Mr. Scott has copies for you. Come to room 410 or 202 to pick one up. Also, feel free to pick one up if you know any 8th grade girls that are arriving next year and might be interested.
And now it's shout out time. Shout out to Akiyama's fifth period class. Yeah.
That's all I need for today, Katz. Once again, have a great day. My name is Jesus.
And my name is Julian.
Thanks for
for watching, and
we'll
we'll see you tomorrow.